right, it's on you.
What is up, everybody? It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe show, the home of Epic Conversations. And I'm the host of Epic Conversations, but me not that today. I am part of the epic second annual Indy Radio
All right,
24
it's on
hour
you.
podcast. What is up, everybody? It's first and foremost praises and thankfulness to Kinte and Shannon who make it happen. And it's appreciated and not taken for granted. So when Kinte said, "You ready for this again?" I said, "Be ready. Be ready." So thanks very much again, both of you. Much appreciated. And I know, Kinte, go get some coffee. All right? Just go get some
We'll
coffee.
be here when you get back, Kinte Fergerson.
right.
We hold it down.
All right, I'll be back.
All right. Thanks again, my man. We'll see you in a bit. Shannon, what's been going on with yourself?
Nothing much. A lot of work. Trying to get everybody hired so I can come off the schedule.
Good.
Got a lot of things working themselves out in my favor for this year. So I'm really excited about all that's going to unfold and transpire. This is a big year for me.
Good. Well, that works into our conversation piece. For those who don't know me, and there's many that don't, I'll just tell you a little bit about myself. I've been hosting the award-winning Dr. Vibe show for over 10 years. I've had over 2,000 epic conversations over the last 10 years via podcast or live stream. Some of the things I've been blessed to receive from this is great. First of all, great relationships. That's the number one thing. Great relationships and great conversation, great learning, not only for myself but others, and providing an opportunity for others to share their story, because I believe everyone has a story, a six-figure story. They just need to get it out. That's one thing. A number of years ago, I won Best International Blog given out by the, oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of the organization. But you know what? I'll find it in a minute. But in 2018, I was blessed and highly favored enough to win the Innovation Award given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. And full-time, because I don't do this full-time, but many people think I do, I work with fathers at Canada's only father-focused family center in Toronto. Okay, I found the name. Best International Blog given out by the Black Web Blog Awards. So that was back in 2012. That's a long time ago, and I've been finalist for a few years. I'm also a 7-year content provider for a website called the Good Men Project, which is not Canada's, it's one of the most viewed sites in the world. They get 3 million unique visitors a month and over 6 million page views a month.
Wow.
I host a lot of different things. And in the next week or so, I have a major announcement that on an initiative I've been invited to take part in. It'll be one of the biggest professional and personal opportunities I've had in my life. And it is because of things like this. So that all aside, let's get it back to what we were chatting about. And Shannon was saying she's got big plans coming up for 2020. She wants to do this. She wants to do that. Now, raise your hands, whether you're watching live or on the replay. How many people do New Year's resolutions? Okay, Shannon doesn't, but I'm sure there may be some other people that do. I used to. But do you notice a lot of times with New Year's resolutions, after 30 days, they seem to vanish?
Yep.
Okay. Well, Shannon's in agreement. I received that. Well, this is fantastic. I like to take a different way of looking before, when a new year starts. And yes, we're a few weeks into 2020, but not only am I thinking about a new year, but I'm also thinking of a new decade. We went from 2019 to, the years with the 1-0 or whatever. Now we're at the 2-0 and whatever. So we're not only starting a new year, we're starting a new decade.
Yeah.
So I like to chat about today. What is your one word for 2020? Now, what I mean by that is, I'll use myself as an example. One of my words, and you can use one or two for 2020, is complete. And what I mean by that is that whatever I put my heart and soul in, I'm going to finish it. Get rid of the procrastination. I'm going to finish. So that's one of my words for 2020 is complete. So no matter how big or how small, whatever you put your energies into as much as possible, finish it. It's a way of getting rid of the procrastination. So the one word most of the time should be, or one or two words should be an action word. So complete involves action. I hope you get it. I hope Shannon gets it, and whoever else is jumping on, they get it. So Shannon, based on what I've just shared here, do you understand where I'm coming from? And do you have a word?
I feel like I should steal yours because as soon as you started talking about no more procrastination, I was like, "Ooh, he is telling my story."
I saw your body language on that. So no, if you want to use the one I gave too, that's great. If complete is the word, why would you use that word for 2020?
I'm gonna say the word that I probably should be using is
This is deep.
I'm gonna say excel.
Okay. Why
That is my word. Because I think for the last couple of months I've been complacent. And I've been sick and tired of being sick and tired with circumstance or city or whatever's going on that I can't control. In the words of a really good friend and wise man, he said, there are just some things that you have no control over. You should worry yourself with things that you can actually control. And so I am, for the next year, I'm going to excel at everything that I put my mind to. And I'm not going to allow myself to grow complacent. There's only wins and lessons. There is no loss.
Yep.
There's only room to grow from what you don't gain. So yeah, I'm going to excel. I'm going to allow myself to live in every moment fully. And when that moment passes, accept that it has passed and keep it moving. Because moments are meant to be lived in, and they are at some point going to expire.
Well, I appreciate you coming up with an answer on the spot.
I mean, yeah, I might need to watch this video again, Dr. Vibe.
Well, I think that people, write it down, and also too, when you have that one word, review it at least every 3 months, at least.
Every 3 hours.
Okay. So let me ask, you said excel. Give me an example of one or two areas where you feel you need to excel.
Oh, I have been trying to brand myself for a while now. I am one of my kind. And what I mean by that is I'm the only Shannon Ford Jefferson in the world. There is no other person who shares my name. It's kind of nice to have the two presidential last names, which is why I always say Ford like the president, hyphen Jefferson like the president.
Yeah.
And I'm a writer. So I have been trying to set myself apart in terms of the next steps of my brand and my name and who I am, and do something that other poets are not doing. Create thoughts and concepts that other poetry books don't offer. So that's one thing. Another thing, I want to build a clientele for custom work. Once upon a time, I did scrapbooks for people for special occasions, whether it was celebrating a monumental birthday or an anniversary or graduation or even an engagement. I used to do personalized cards, and I have given up the time and effort that it took to do those things, but I want to do them again. So it's all under my writing umbrella. And then I probably will be, I can't announce it yet, but I probably will be doing something different career-wise in the next year or two. And so I want to be able to excel at it. I want to be able to give it all I have, my passion, my energy, my ability to learn and grow and develop. And also my ability to articulate to young minds, because I'm a trainer by personality, that they are capable of being excellent too.
Okay, so since you and I are on together, we're gonna drill down a little bit this on this because you gave me some different areas. So if you don't mind, if it's good with you, we'll work together on this.
Let's do it. You gonna be my mentor,
Oh,
Dr. Vibe? Is this what I'm hearing?
I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna offer my help, though you're gonna do the work.
I mean, that's what a mentor does. They help you and you do the work. But I'm just making sure I'm hearing correctly because
All
I'm
right.
trying to.
So
If I can.
well, at least on this one we can go, and if you like the experience, we can continue onward after.
All right. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it
Is that
today.
fair?
Y'all heard everybody on this podcast. Y'all heard it today. He said he was going to help. And just so you know, because I do this on every show, this segment is sponsored by Women's Multivitamins. Okay, go ahead. If I can.
So you want to excel in your brand, right? So what I would say, if people want to excel, have you broken down all the steps you need to do to excel in your brand?
When it comes to the poetry part, yes. When it comes going back to the custom work and the clientele, not recently, because that is something that I let drop because of the amount of work I do in my professional life. I just haven't had the energy to cultivate that type of devotion. And I know you have to be able to be hungry and hump, if you will, outside of your professional hours. But I'm gonna be honest, when I come home, all I want to do is get in my bed and turn my brain off.
Hey, you're one of many. You're not one of the 9 to 5 people. You're like a 9 to 9, not 9 to 5, right?
Oh, I mean, sometimes I'm working 24, 28 hours in a day, and there are only 24 hours in a day. So y'all go do the math on that.
All right. So I'm just from where I'm at. I think in the excelling piece, it would be good for you to break down every step you need to do in every area that you want to excel in.
Absolutely.
Break it down step by step by step. I know you want to improve your brand, but there are steps that you need to do to get to that mountaintop, for lack of a better word. And actually, tomorrow's Martin Luther King birthday day. So I wanted to just infuse that into the commentary that you need to do. Another suggestion for the excellers out there, and you are probably like myself, you are a creative.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a great thing to be creative, but one of the biggest challenges we have as creators is we got so many things we want to do.
Yeah.
And there's only, last I checked, 24 hours in a day.
Yep.
What I will do is, and I'll send it to you offline, but also anyone who's watching this live or on the replay, one of my mentors gave me something called an idea chart.
Okay.
And what I'm going to just see if I can pull it up online right now, just to make sure I have it. So just bear with me a moment. We got an hour and 40 minutes left, so that's good. Idea chart.
We got how long, Dr. Vibe? We here for 2 hours.
Well, you don't have to stay on for the whole 2 hours.
Oh, I just wanted to know what I was getting into before you went too deep.
No, it's totally up to you. Okay, so on this chart, and I'm not familiar enough with this platform. If I could screen share, that'd be great. But so take a vision. I'll be sending this to you, Shannon. I'll also send it to anyone else who makes a request. There are 5 columns.
Okay.
So in the first column, and actually we're talking about Excel, and I'm talking about an Excel spreadsheet, so we're keeping in line here.
Okay.
The first column is opportunities. So everything you want to achieve. So you told me right now is that there's at least 3 things you want to achieve: the brand, excel your clientele base, and excel in doing something different in your career, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the next column is resources needed. So how easy or how tough what is it going to be for you to achieve the opportunity? Okay,
Okay.
you got it. In the
How
next
tough is it going
column,
to be?
because is it going to be like, for example, how challenging is it going to be for you to establish the goal you want with your brand? And you now everything here in these next three columns I'm talking about, these three columns, you rate it from 1 to 5. So the lower, like if you put it in number 1, that means that it's not going to be difficult. If it's a 5, that means it's going to be really difficult.
Okay.
So in the next column, highest passion. So, for example, if you put a number 1 in there, that means you're really passionate. You want to do whatever you can to get it done. Whereas if you put a 5, oh, well, whenever the time's right, I'm not really hungry to do it. And then in the third column, ease of implementation. How easy, if you had the resources and you have the passion, how easy would it to be putting into practice or get it going? So when you have those in those three columns that I just mentioned, you get the numbers, you add them together, and you have a total number. So the lower the number, the more passion. That's what you should be. The easier it is for you to make it happen. So you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm actually going to use this. We're going to do this right now with you. Okay?
Yep, let's do it.
Okay, so you want to build your brand or increase your brand access or brand visibility. So from a total of 1 to 5, how easy or how difficult will it be to get that done?
And 1 is bad and 5 is good?
Well, 1 is you won't need a lot of resources. Compared to 5, you're going to need a lot of resources.
I say 2.
Okay, the next, how passionate are you to get it done? So 1 being very passionate, 5 not being very passionate.
In between a 2 and a 3.
Okay, 2.5. And then number 3, ease of implementation. How easy, if you had the passion and the resources, would it be easy to get it going?
1.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to look at all 3 of the areas because I think a comparison would be the best. So that's brand. Number 2. So the number 2 thing you gave us was the clientele. You want to boost your clientele, make it bigger, wider, more profitable, correct?
Correct.
All right. Resources needed to get the clientele base where you want it to be, from a 1 to 5.
4.
Okay. Next up, how passionate are you from 1 to 5? So 1 being very passionate to the 5 not being very passionate.
2.
And then ease of implementation. How easy is it going to be to get this done?
3.5.
Okay. And then finally, career change. Resources needed to get it done.
A 1.
Okay. How passionate are you?
A 1.
And then how easy will it be to get done?
Maybe a 2.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is total up for each one. Brand, 4.5. 5.5. Clientele, 6. 9.5. Career change, 4. Okay.
Excuse me.
No problem. So from what you've shared with us, the thing you should be excelling at first is a career change.
Happening.
Because you mentioned that the resources needed, you don't need many, or they're already in place.
Mm-hmm.
You're very passionate about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then to make it happen, it's a 2 out of 5. So from what you shared, that's what you should be going after first.
Absolutely.
Next after that is the brand. The brand would be next. And then after that, the clientele.
Yep. That sounds about right.
Okay. So we did Excel with an Excel spreadsheet. Beautiful. Makes sense?
It does. And that's the order I'm actually going in. Now, don't get me wrong. I already have process in place, and it's a part of branding, but it's not the brand per se. Like, I have a book coming out in May, but I've been working on this book for years now. And so I finally got a publication date. I picked the date I wanted, but I already knew it was coming out in 2020. So that'll happen before the career will happen, but that was already in the works. So
okay. Well, congratulations for reaching those milestones. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Well done. Well, I'm glad we went through that Excel masterpiece, and that's what I want. And that's for everyone who's watching live on the replay. That is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. We found Shannon told us that that's what she wants to excel her career. So that's what she really, and the completion part is really, really important. And as she said, there are some things and sometimes where you can't control some things. Fine, but just make sure what you're supposed to do gets done.
Yeah. I need to I need to do a list again for other things using your word, complete.
Yes. It gives a different focus. As I said, I used to be a resolutions guy. No. And another thing I'll just add on in regards to the review it. Don't just like write it up and put it away. Review it. And even better, if you can get an accountability partner,
I have to.
Even better. There you go.
I have to.
There you go.
Shout outs to Tracy and Audrey.
Wonderful. Another thing I will share as we're talking about your one word and excelling or completing. Another thing I do every week is I have an accountability partner, and we share our 3 wins each week.
Okay.
And the reason being is a lot of times we feel that we're not getting anywhere with life and things, but every week if you do a reflection of the little wins you've had every week, that will help you and level up your Excel thought process.
Absolutely. All right, Dr. Vibe, you're going to have me doing big things in 2020.
Well, no. You're going to be doing them. I'm not going to. I have my own big things to do, but you're going to be doing your big things.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. You are going to have me doing big things because you're helping me put it all into proper perspective.
Well, it's not only perspective, but clarity. That's a big word. And if you're still in the resolutions area, hey, no problem. If you're in the one word, clarity is so important.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the reasons why I use the one word. Instead of having 6, 7, 8, 9 resolutions, I have 1. So I'm clear. That's my focus. That's my have that, and it gets you more focused when you just have to concentrate on one thing instead of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things.
Nope.
Makes me.
I'm with you, Dr. Vibe.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so we got a lot of time here, so I'm gonna make sure we're gonna make some stuff roll. I don't know if there's anyone else in. I know on the room I'm looking at right now, I don't see anyone. I don't know if there's in. I don't know if Shannon, you have access to the Get Vocal room.
I can get to the Get Vocal room if you'd like me to.
If you
I'm
could,
on
that'd be great.
Facebook looking at the live.
Okay. Just like to know if anyone is out there and if they'd like to go through the same exercise.
Let me
With
see. Give me just one moment. I'll switch over to
no
Get
problem,
Vocal.
because I want to go on one or two other platforms on my end, but I don't know if the audio is going to come out through my mixer, so I don't want to take that chance and mess up audio stuff.
Yeah, no, I just muted it because I'm on my phone right now on StreamYard. So I'm on my computer's muted. So in Get Vocal, we have Bobby, Pat, Jen, and Dre. And Bobby's doing all the conversation in here.
Okay. You know what? Okay, I'm going to try something here. Let me just see if it will.
And then I'll tell you who's commenting on the Facebook.
Yeah, because I'm not able, since I'm not hosting on Get Vocal, I can't go into it. It's gonna cause echo and feedback. So it's with that anyone has there. And if anyone wants to go through the same exercise in real time live, I'm more than happy to go through it with them. Just Shannon will have to will be the interpreter for the bridge.
Yeah. So on Facebook, there's D, Artis, and Maya.
Well, greetings to all three of you. If anyone would want to give me their one word, if they have their one word, and I can just break it down or just see where I can help you get to that next level, just on this call, that'd be fantastic. And you said Bobby had some comments?
Yes. He was just commenting on everything we were saying, said he told us to get it done. He was talking about retiring. He retired at 50. And then he was talking about how StreamYard is the best platform. But Kinte just said he would open up the Get Vocal seat if anybody wanted to ask a question.
Okay. So I'm just gonna and thanks Bobby for the feedback. And like I said, anyone who's watching live on Get Vocal, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, I'd love to hear what your one word is. Is this the first time you've heard about something like this? And if you have, that's great. If you haven't, because you've heard about it before, that's great. I just like someone to give me their one word and sort of and not sort of have that conversation with them through Shannon on that. Artis, what's your one word? Patricia, what's your one word? I feel bad that I can't see the responses.
Bobby said his one word is smile.
Okay. Well, smiling is an action. So Bobby, so that means, do you want to smile more? Are you wanting to smile more? Are you not smiling enough? And if you were able to smile more, what would that look like, and how would that make a positive impact on your life?
Kinte said his one word is relaxation.
Excellent. So Kinte,
go ahead, Dr. Vibe, sorry.
Go ahead.
No I was going to answer Patricia for you. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Audience first, not me.
Bobby said he would invest. Invest would be more brandable.
I'm confused.
I guess he's using invest instead of smile.
Okay, invest. So give me the difference. So Bobby said invest. What's Kinte said relaxation.
Relaxation or relax.
Yep. Pat said
Pat's asking the question. So Pat, he asked what would be your one word for 2020? And it would be an action word. I use the word excel. Um, he used the word complete.
complete. Yep.
And so what's your one word, Pat?
Okay. And
She said
again,
visibility.
Okay, visibility. Okay, so I'm going to go ladies first. In my tradition, I always like to. That's the way I was raised. I'm going to go ladies first. So Pat,
Absolutely.
great word, visibility. So visibility in what areas, Pat? What areas? I have a feeling I know, but visibility in what areas? And we're having a little delay here because I'm waiting for Pat. Unless she comes on.
Yeah, she can come on. He opened up seats and get vocal.
Yeah, I can't. See, I'm just concerned because if I go on and get vocal, there's going to be, unless I can.
There's going to be an echo, yeah. So she put trying to get the attention of my market more with social media and video.
Okay. So okay. So Pat, who's your market?
Durham, North Carolina is her market.
Okay, and so this is now what I mentioned to Shannon. I'm going to mention how much have you broken it down your market? Because Durham's a big, huge city.
Yep.
Are you wanting all of Durham? Do you want a part of Durham? So let's start breaking it down. So is there a specific marketplace? Like, for example, people ask me, what is your audience on the Dr. Vibe Show? I can say majority are 30 to 45 years old, 60% male, and 60% live in the United States.
She said it's not huge. My newspaper is online. But okay. I think what he's pulling at is who are you targeting? Who is responding to your energy and to your output?
Or even another question, who do you want to impact?
There you go.
Who do you want to impact?
I mean, she ain't said it yet, but Miss Pat said she want to impact the whole city of Durham.
Okay.
She just said it.
She needs to know her market. Okay. All right. So then, Pat, what I'm going to say is there's one thing, demographics. There's another thing, what are their psychographics? How do they think? Where do they, what sort of content do they watch online already? So I'm really trying to break it down, your one word, to really break it down in steps. And I'm pretty sure, Pat, you already do. And Pat, I'm more than happy to have an offline conversation with you in regards to that, to really break it down. And I know you're good at the collaborations thing and all that, and you're very good at what you do, Pat. Much respect. You're very good at what you do. So, Mike, the visibility. Where do you want the visibility all over North Carolina, or do you want it even bigger than that?
She said, "The heck with demographics. I don't honestly care about that."
Okay, what about psychographics? Okay. It's no problem if that's what your thought process is. Don't mind. I think it's helpful, but that's a suggestion for me. But no problem. She's cussing me out. I know that by your laughter.
No, she put psychos ? And then she asked, "What is psychographics?" She said, "What is psychographics?"
So the way they think, like, where do they go? What's their thought process? Are they right wing, left wing? What do they like their politics? All that kind of stuff. So, Pat, you know what? We can do this. We can do this in a separate conversation. Plus, we are overdue for a conversation anyways.
Yep.
but I do agree that visibility and putting yourself in the right places are certainly, and you know this, but I'm more than happy to have a conversation offline with you about it. That would be a lot of fun. So you could cuss me out in front of my face instead of when me not seeing you.
She said, the cool people. She wants the cool people to get her vibe.
Okay. But now see, here's the funny thing. She don't believe in demographics, but who are the cool people? Where are they? Who are they? Where are they? What are their? It's all you know. Do you understand where I'm coming from, Shannon? Cool is a very generalized statement. Who are they? What are they? Where do they hang out, etc.
Yeah.
That's just. But I'll have the conversation with Patricia. Don't worry, Patricia. You and I can have some good conversation in regards to this. Like market research. Like so psychographics. So here's a definition. Oh gosh, we're going definition. Is market research or statistics classifying population groups according to their psychological variables such as attitudes, values, or fears. What do they think? Last I checked, you're living in the United States. What are their attitudes on what's going on politically, social politically in your area? Just a thought. Because the better so for visibility, the better you, and Patricia, you know this, I'm just going to share it. I'm sure you know this, that the better you know your audience, the better visibility and engagement you're going to have with them, and the more they're going to tell you about people who you don't know that you'll be happy to have getting visibility for. And and I'll give an example. I'm sure everyone can relate to these type of examples. A few weeks ago, I had a gentleman on the Dr. Vibe show talking about the state of manhood over the last decade. And at the end of the conversation, he said, "You know what? There's a lady that I really like to introduce you to that would be great for the Dr. Vibe show." I said, "Okay, what does she do?" She is a holistic coach to help men overcome erectile dysfunction. And that fits into my demographic.
Absolutely.
Especially I do a lot of stuff with fathers and men, and that is one of those things. So I love the cool people. It's who are cool people to you that are you want to have them exposed to the Dr. Vibe show. I know your content, so there's got to be people in Durham that need to know about it or need to get visible about it, and just working on the ways to make that happen would be a good thing. And as I said, let's have a convo about this one. I'm going to move to Brother Kinte. And it's interesting he said relaxation because he's doing this 24-hour thing. And my hats off to Kinte. The longest I've ever done a live stream conversation was 6 hours. And I said, not again. Well, hardly. Well, unless it's something really important. Relaxation. So Kinte, if relaxation is your word, okay, let me put it this way. If you achieved your word, how would your life change?
Oh, I can answer for him because we are like yin and yang. So for Kinte, he needs to practice. He needs to practice more self-care in his life, which means taking some time to get some massages, not being anyone's yes man. Like sometimes he just needs to say, no, I cannot do that right now. Not because I don't want to, but because I'm more important in this moment. And that's not a selfish thing. That's just self-care. Kinte also needs to get good rest more than he's getting because of his inability to tell people no. And he's always got a hustle brewing in the crock pot. So he's got to be able to manage his time well so that there is enough time for him to rejuvenate, to refresh, to recharge, and to relax. because if he's not getting enough sleep, he's not adequately prepared to be successful, to be present, and to give it all he's got. This is just what I know because we work so closely together. But since Kinte showed his face to tell all his business, go on, Kinte, tell him what I just told him already.
You know what? I can't say. I couldn't have said it better.
Coming on.
I couldn't have said it better. Can you guys hear me?
Is he coming on?
Yep.
He's trying to come on. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna parking lot that right now because he's trying to come on. Now I'd like to thank Dee, and her word is consistency.
He
love that.
He must can't hear me.
It's an action word, being consistent. So Dee, if you were consistent, how would your life be different?
Can
type
you
your message in the chat?
Can you hear me?
Your message came up on the
Dr. Vibe, can you hear Kinte?
I cannot hear him.
Hold on a second.
He's not coming up on my screen. It's
What about now?
talking.
What about now?
Oh, there we are.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was just talking and yeah, my bad.
It's okay.
No,
it's allowed when you do 24 hours, man.
No, do go ahead and finish D, and I'll get in. But real talk, though, I gotta say, Shannon actually said it better than I could have said it. Like, she really is Cyrano. So I gotta give you credit, Shannon. You pretty awesome.
I pay attention to you. You said I don't love you the way you love me. But I pay attention to you, my guy.
No, she just ignores me in person.
No, hold on a second. I'm not the LA with these tales, man. Like just go on.
No, it's just like when I'm in person with her, she ignores me. That's all.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm not hearing back from D yet, so I'm going to jump. I can multi-purpose, so we can go back and forth between D and Kinte. So, Kinte, if you got the relaxation that you're saying you need to get, how would your life change?
I think that I won't be so wound up, so tight. I think that I will be. I think I will be. I think I will run at a higher efficiency rate. I'll be more effective too, because I think
optimal.
Yeah, optimal. Thank you. Sam Teague is in the house, and I think sometimes we don't even realize it. Like with myself, is that I could be running at a higher efficiency rate if I took better care of myself by spoiling myself to a certain degree, and I did that to a certain degree in the last couple of years, but I'm taking it to the next level when it comes to what I'm going to do as far as what I'm doing to make myself just run better.
Yeah.
So, from exercising more to doing boxing, to just like a lot of just things that I feel like it was missing in my portfolio as a human being.
Yeah.
So, and I feel really good, like when I do these things. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's a good look on me, and I feel like that it's very positive.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what if you're at liberty, what are one or two things you're looking in regards to relaxation that involves relaxation for the upcoming year? What are one or two things you're going to get done?
Well, I know I've said it a couple of times on this podcast, but there's some people that weren't here for it. So I am going to do things like get massages on a regular basis. Spa
once a month.
Spa. Like I have this spot. They owe me money because I've talked about them ad nauseum, especially today. But there's a spa that, and I ain't a spa dude, right? Like I'm a caveman, right? But I'm a straight up caveman. But I'm like, I turned into a spa dude. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be definitely something that I'm gonna that I am doing as far as just just taking, like I said, take care of myself on another level, like that next level, taking care of.
All right.
So
Well, that's good.
I'm gonna be like,
that. And you know what?
uh-huh.
A few years ago, actually many, many years ago, a lady that I was dating at the time for my birthday gave me a massage appointment.
Oh, nice.
And I've been sold out to massages ever since.
Shout outs to that lady.
Oh my God, it's like the
So
best.
so massages, I think, are, and especially for those who are employed and their company offers those as benefits,
Take it.
please take advantage of it.
Take it.
Yes, please take
Like,
advantage.
Please take advantage of, like, I know, and again, benefits given out by companies are certainly going less, being reduced. But if you have that available, like in the past, I've been employed by companies that offered those type of massages, also yeah, all that kind of stuff. Do it, because first of all, it benefits you, and the better you are for yourself, the better you can be for others.
Yeah, I can't say it enough.
And also, too, it's offered on a yearly basis. So if you don't use it, you lose it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And,
so, I actually, at the same time, I had the massage thing and acupuncture at the same time.
Yep.
So that's something. Kinte, you may want to try out the acupuncture. Is good too. I'm a full believer in acupuncture. Definitely.
Yeah, it's so funny. I don't know. I think I probably said this on this, not today, but on this platform once before. Like, I was dating a girl who was having some issues with her back. She hurt it on her job, and we were. She was from Houston, and we had to go to Houston because her mother was ill. She had to go back home, and she had this massage therapist. It was a brother, and we go to his office, and mind you, she's like barely she's like, she's in pain because she hurt herself on her job. So she goes in the back, and I'm sitting there in the waiting room, right? And another sister comes in, and she just looked like she about on her last leg. She go in the back. About 3 more sisters come, and they're on they look like they're on their last leg. So one sister comes out, and this girl is glowing. I'm sitting there like, wait a minute, is this the same person that walked in there? So then I'm like, okay. Then the next sister come out who was on her last leg. She come out glowing. So
self-care.
So
self-care may be your word, not relaxation. You know what? I think what Shannon said, I think, is more applicable for you. Self-care,
right?
Yep.
Than relax.
Then my lady comes out. She glowing. So now I'm like, hey, what's going? What are you doing back there, bruh? Maybe I need to go back there and see what's popping, okay? Because this brother is doing something extra. But no, so that's he apparently whatever he had these magical hands, and the ladies love his magical hands. So,
Well, I tell you, the last massage session I had, I went to an Oriental place, and the gentleman who was my masseuse, he couldn't have been more than 5'6".
Mm-hmm.
The man worked me out. Worked me out. I'm going, where you get this strength from? I could blow you over with my breath.
Yeah.
And he's working on me. So I think self-care is a huge one. And Kinte, I'm going to be checking up on you on that.
Oh yeah, please do.
Another thing I'm going to suggest for Kinte and maybe others there is individuals like Kinte and myself can at times spend a long time in front of our monitors.
Yep.
So my mentor told me about this thing maybe in the last year or two called Pomodoro theorem. Has anyone ever heard about the Pomodoro theory?
No, what's that?
Okay, Studies show that you're more effective working in 20 to 25 minute spurts than straight for an hour to 2 hours.
This is true. Because you get
So,
distracted
as you
by
said,
things anyway.
and your energy level goes down as you keep on working at it a lot of times. So what the Pomodoro theory is all about is saying work on something for 20 to 25 minutes. If it's not finished, get up and take a 5-minute break.
Right. And you know
Get
what,
up,
though?
walk around.
It's so
do
hard,
whatever.
too, but you got to force yourself.
Pardon me?
It's so hard, but you got to force yourself.
Exactly.
Especially you writing.
It's not easy.
When you're writing, because
Yep.
then your ideas will start coming in, and you're like, you know, but you almost got to force yourself to just be like, no, I'm doing that. Yeah.
Yep.
No, you're right.
Actually, to the point, I actually have a timer on my tablet. I'm going to show everybody right here. Let me just pull it up. Oh, where's timer? Timer. There we go. It's the actual app is called Be Focused, and I don't get any money from it, folks. But there.
Oh wow.
So this
So I put it-
second hour is sponsored by Be Focused.
Uh-huh.
I'm saying.
And what you can do is there's a free and paid version, and what it allows you to do is set the time, and it actually allows you to put the task name at the top, and then you count it down, and once the time runs out, you get up, walk away. My mentor actually has a tomato timer on his desk to do that. So I think in self-care, that's another great thing.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
For those people who are at the desk. So I'm sort of expanding the whole one word thing, but I'm drilling down from the one word on opportunities on how you can achieve that one word, which is very important. I'm gonna go to. All right, Bobby said invest. So Bobby, invest in what? Yourself. Retirement, what exactly is the invest mean? And we're going to start drilling down. And just to tell everybody, I'm not perfect, by the way. I have a number of these challenges too, but when I have focus on one word, that makes it easier to achieve the goals. Because I have times where I've got a million things. Well, actually, I'll interject right now. I don't like to-do lists for a day. I don't do those. I pick one thing that I need to get done, the most important thing I need to get done that day. That's where I focus all my energies on. Just a mindset. But if you have a list of 5 things to do, you're going to keep on looking at all those 5 things. Oh my gosh. And how am I going to get time to do this? Focus on the one thing. Keep the main thing, and you can get it out of the way. Perfect example. I had to do a really major report for some money last Monday, and I said, you know what? Nothing, unless it's an important phone call or it's life or death. That's the only thing I'm focusing on that day, and I got it. I felt fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Absolutely. And again, it takes time. Like I'm not perfect at it, but I certainly know that I can do it now, and I'm more effective when I got that big thing off my desk instead of it hanging around for a week or two and continuing from where I've got it left off. I just focus and get that done. So it's also a form of self-care for me that I can pat myself on the back and say I got it done. So I completed the goal. Got it done.
All right.
Bobby, have you responded yet?
Yeah, he says it's your total investment is the word. It's a percentage. Go T-Mobile, oil, gas, electric, etc. Go easy and get her done.
Okay, so obviously it's a financial investment. So, Bobby, how would your life be different if you achieve this investment goal?
Diversify, he says.
because the one word's got to make a really big, a positive difference in your life from where it is now. Because if it's not a good one word, if it's not going to make a positive difference.
To travel more.
To travel more. Okay. So if you invested more, you'll be able to travel more. So, Bobby, what is holding you back?
Bobby, hop on. Bobby, hop on. Get vocal. You'll be able to hear him. Hop on. Get vocal, Bobby.
Yeah, and just folks, I am not a financial guru. I'm just talking logical steps of getting. Like, I'm not a financial expert. I'm just talking about the thought process steps to get it done. You know, again,
my wife is. Oh, my wife is here. Oh,
okay. Okay. All right, no problem. Well, you can do it by message. And again, folks, anyone who's listening to this live, or if there's a replay, you're more than welcome to reach out to me, and I'll help you where I can on this kind of stuff. But I think a lot of it is just our thought process, you know, and just focus. You know, focus.
Yeah.
And here's something I share with a number of clients, a number of people. You don't have to be perfect all the time. You just have to be perfect at the right time.
That part.
Okay. Success. I've named my music playlist. This kicks me into gear when I need it. Wonderful, Sam. So your word is
Sam,
success.
go. SUCCESS.
I like the word, but I'd like it to be actionable. So what are you doing to achieve the success? And whatever you share, if I'm speaking, you're going to achieve it. How is your life going to be better by achieving that success? Success is just general, and I'm not being hard on anybody. I'm just saying I really want you to focus on, because I want you to be better.
Right.
No, you know,
so success comes from execution of something.
All right, execute. Now there we go. There's the verb, right? There's the verb. Sam gave that, execute?
No, I said that.
All right. So Sam, what do you need to do that, to achieve that success?
He might have stepped away.
Because I want to hear the action.
I think he stepped away.
Like another thing, yeah, we'll have to wait. Like and I'll share some of my journey. One of the I wanted to complete this year was I wanted to complete having I like to say sharing gig, but people call it a speaking gig, at least one every month.
Yeah.
So one of the things I'm done is I'm completing a media kit for myself. So that was one
Dr.
of the things
Vibes,
I had to.
I think you're in my brain.
Pardon me?
I said, I think you're in my brain.
How so?
Because that's a part of when I told you I had started working on my brand, that's on there to do speaking engagements. Because I want to do a book tour, but I want to get there's just interest overall for me as a writer, not just for the book that's coming out. So, yeah.
Here's Sam.
I have a success journal where I complete each project for this year. My photography is slate for 2020. Great. Thank you for your feedback. First of all, great stuff. You have a success journal. You've got each project. So, Sam, it sounds like you may be a creative. If you want to reach out to me, doing that opportunity chart may be good for you, because if you have a lot of different things going on at the same time, you may want to find out which one is the one you should be implementing right now. Back in school to become Dr. Teague. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Sam.
Dr. Teague.
Respect my brother. But
so
I just want to say, if you want, definitely I can send you that opportunity chart and we can go through it, because when it was shown to me, it gave me clarity, absolute clarity on what I need to be doing. And I think Sharon is saying what we did at the beginning of our conversation gave her some clarity, or it nailed where she thought she should be.
Yeah.
So I think that is fantastic. So you said, I can't remember what you said, what you wanted to get achieved by August 2020. I can't remember. So, and if you can put up again, it'd be great. If not, do you have all the steps broken down to achieve that success in that area? I would have cheated off of Kinte.
Why are we cheating off my paper? I don't understand.
You're pretty smart.
Oh, thank you.
Don't worry though. I would have left off the name Shannon. I wouldn't have wrote name Shannon Ford Jefferson. I ain't that dumb.
Oh, Kinte.
So yeah, so completing for me is completing a media kit. So I have someone working on it with me. So I'm speaking. It'll be done in the next 2 weeks.
You know what's funny?
Okay, just hold a minute. Photography gallery show August 2020. Sorry about that, Kinte, but I just wanted to. I saw Sam made disappear. So Sam, and that's a great. Do you have the steps marked down, step by step by step by step by step? Because I want to see you achieve that success.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the steps written down to achieve that success? Go ahead, back to you, Kinte.
You know, it's funny. You've been doing podcasts for a long time, and
yep.
You know who's the worst about getting you information about them? Are writers. Like writers, like, hey, you're a writer. You don't have no bio. You know, they are the worst.
It's a very important point, and like if you're in the space of myself, a Shannon,
right?
Okay, Sam, that's fantastic. So if you've got all those tips written down, and you want to achieve success, you are on your way. And may I just say, check it on a regular basis. Check it on a regular basis. That's very, very key. So you've got your focus. You know what you got to achieve. You got what's written down. I would go further, but we don't have to. The only other thing I would say is I'm using apps day one and Sam's on this, folks. He day one and agenda are great free apps to do that. So one other question.
You know what?
Do you have a team?
You got to get him on your show, by the way. He's a brilliant brother.
Yeah, I'm already feeling that huge time, and I want to promote his upcoming success.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's do it.
I think you'll recognize him because he was back in the Blab days.
I think I know him. I haven't seen him for a while, but I know once I see him visually, it'll happen, and the app done. So see, Sam is on point, right? He's taking action, right? He wants success, but he's really doing action steps towards the gallery launch because he's tracking himself and being accountable with himself via the apps. The only thing I would maybe suggest, and the only two other things I may put in there, Sam. A, Sam, I hope you have a team, and B, have an accountability partner.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember correctly, Sam had a short-lived podcast back in the Blad days. If I remember correctly, am I right about that, Sam? Didn't you have like a show and it had like a long title? If I remember correctly, or am I on crack? I remember having like a long title to it. I think he did it for like very briefly. So either he's gonna be like, "Yeah, oh, you remember," or he's gonna be like, "Dude, that wasn't me." Yeah, because it was something
so
like.
Let's get back. Yeah. I have forgot you, Bobby. I'm still waiting to hear from you, Bobby. If you're able to, invest, you be able to take trips. Do you have a game plan? Well, I know he said he's with his wife, but I just want to come back to Bobby and say, Bobby, do you have a game plan point by point written out? And are you checking in on it on a regular basis to make your one word effective? So that is
I will.
my.
I will relay what Bobby said on the screen.
Yeah, no problem. I'm enjoying this.
All right, let's see.
And I don't know if D is still on. D, I'd love to follow up with you on the consistency, but I haven't heard any comments back from you in regard to consistency.
All right, here we go. It's Bobby.
Bobby, my travel will start slow. I have no idea what that is.
My travel
Bobby,
will start slow?
My travel will start.
Oh, wait, here you go.
Your travel will start slow. Okay. All right. But all right. So, Bobby, I'm just asking, though, do you have your game plan written out point by point, what you need to do for your financial stuff? Because your financial stuff will then allow you to travel. So, do you have a game plan? Is it written down? That's what I'm. Bobby, the Philippines is okay. You know what's ironic, Bobby? A lady who I helped a number of years ago start her own personal training business, just came back from the Philippines. I don't know if she was born there or her family heritage is there, but she just came back from the Philippines. And also I am helping a lady who's a career coach for young people who is of Filipino descent. And actually she's offered to do some video for me at the next sharing engagement I have with an audience. So make sure, Bobby, have that investment plan written out, point out step by step by step, and then have it written down at the top. Have a picture of somewhere in the Philippines, so that will get you emotionally driven to say, this is what I'm going to get if I follow. It's coming back this script. Look at this, Sam.
See, I knew it.
Coming back.
I knew it. I knew I wasn't on crack. I knew that. Yeah, yeah. I remember it was something like, I think it had sex in the title. Maybe that's how I remember it. I think it's something like, it had like the this, the that, the that. What was the title, bruh? I remember it had a cool title to it, and then I could vaguely remember him doing the show, and it was pretty cool. It was a good show. So yeah, yeah. Sam is cool cat. Cool cat.
Okay. That is good. So I'm waiting to hear back from Mr. Bobby about the Philippines. Actually, it's actually a place that I'd like to go to, because there've been some people who have had a positive effect on me from that country, and a few people, in fact.
Just as a side note, I know some of y'all don't care. I know some of y'all don't care. The Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Okay. Bobby, yes, but not right down 2 minutes ago. Bobby, looking forward to do that. We'll do a minute ago. Bobby, thank you, Dr. Vibe. Can someone decipher that message for me?
He says yes, but I didn't write it down. And then he said, but looking forward to do that. And then he's like, thank you, Dr. Vibe.
Okay.
Yeah. So you gotta treat. See, I speak Bobby.
Yes.
That's good, because I speak Kinte.
You do, though. You speak Kinte. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. See, you know what?
No problem, Bobby. And I want to make sure, Bobby, your son is doing okay. So I don't forget that. Kinte, what were we going to say?
No,
he was going to say how dope it is that Shannon speaks Kinte.
Yeah, sure. No, I just love, like, you know, the people seem very aware of what they need to do, right? Because, I mean, we do know on some levels what we need to do, but it's so good. Like, I love the idea of the accountability partner,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because we stray, right? We stray on our diets. We stray on our infidelity. We stray on, I mean, not me, but other people stray on the infidelity. We stray,
you mean on a fidelity?
Or fidelity. Yeah, right. That means they're cheating on. They're cheating on their cheating. My bad. My bad.
Should I be texting LA right now?
Like they'd be like this. Be like in 2020, I promise to be a bigger cheater. Right? No. And what's up, Romeo? In the chat. But no. But like, like it happens, right? We fall in, because what happened is we'll let something what we might see as a downturn, like we lose our job, or our girlfriend run out on us, or some women, the boyfriend doing it. And then if you notice that, like, they'll be like, you know what, give me the Haagen Dogs, and then they just mess up or they want to drink. They hadn't drunk in so long, but now they want to drink, And
you know what's interesting, Kinte, and my mentor shared this with me this morning. Isn't it interesting that more people relate to us when we do something wrong than when we succeed?
Right. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Right?
Like if you think about this, there's two parents, they're the same age. One kid got a kid going to Columbia, the other one got a kid going to the prison. We're going to want to know more about the prison kid than not to say we should throw the kid away, but I'm just saying, that's interesting. What did little Johnny do?
It's interesting because I'm actually offline. I'm going to probably reach out to you and Dr. Tachi. Mm-hmm. I want to host a huge conversation indirectly related to what you just said. It came to me this afternoon, and I think I want to host for Black History Month, a huge conversation, because there was a recent story in the news that I said, we got to talk about this, and we got to talk about this big. So let's get back to our main conversation. It just really
real quick for February, I want to do 4 episodes once a week. And we talked about this before, about does Christianity or a religion impede Black people's quest for freedom? I really want to talk about that.
So after you finish this and you get some rest, and I think we chatted about this in the past, I have a perfect gentleman to come on about this. He's actually a pastor and an educator in California. I've had him on before.
Oh, wonderful.
He is the real deal. So reach out to me, and like sooner rather than later, so we can book him in.
Okay.
Because that is and he'll probably come on for all the episodes if you want him.
Oh, great. And Brother Melvin too. Brother Melvin and
yes.
I got a couple of.
Yes, I agree. Like, so I think
Taylor too. Taylor, I don't know if you know Taylor. Taylor would be great for that.
Yep. Yeah. So parking lot that after you finish and get your rest from this, let's start working from that now, because February is coming right quick.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So we got sidelined. Let's get back. The goal stuff is really very, very important, and just keep on sticking to that one word. And having the accountability partner is important.
I know a lot of people do this thing, the vision boards. Do you suggest doing vision boards?
Yes, vision boards are good too, because we are visual beings. Those who have, we are visual, and that's, as you notice, I think I said with almost everyone, if I didn't, I usually say, what does that look like? Right? So, Kinte, if you had the self-care that you wanted, what would that look like? What would life look like for you? If you would, I'm going to ask you. So, what would life look like for you if you achieved your word, self-care? What would it look like?
I think I'd probably sleep better. I would, like I said, much more efficient. And honestly,
be nicer to Shannon.
I just want to stop right there. So you said efficient. So what does that look like? Kinte's efficient. What does that look like in his everyday life? What would that look like?
I think I'd get more done in a better and you know, I get more done at a higher, more efficient rate.
Dedrick, long time.
Yeah, Dedrick, man, that's the homie right there. You know.
Hi, Dedrick.
Wait a minute, dance class. Oh, okay.
What?
Go ahead.
Keep your focus, Kinte. Keep your focus.
Yeah. No, I just would be. I would be. I just feel like there's a gear that I can get to that because I'm not doing these things that I'm not getting to it. You know, like I used to be able to operate at a high level with very little sleep, with a lot of, you know, I used to be able to party and work all day. You know, I can't do it no more. I don't even want to. When I see a party on TV, I get tired. Okay, so like, so I just can't. That's just not me, right? So, you know, like I'm gonna tell you, this is how sad it is. You know how you watch a ball game and it ends with the confetti?
Yep.
All I can think of, even though my team just won, is somebody got to clean all that confetti up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so I can't do it no more. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I have to realize it. But you know what? But taking care of yourself in that way is awesome, and it makes you feel good, and it makes you feel like, you know, that you are, you know, just doing whatever you have to do to get right. So, and I love it.
Well, see what you're saying, Kinte, and I'm this is my goal with everyone I help is with this kind of stuff is I want it to be emotional.
Right.
I want it to be emotional. So when you said efficient, I want to drill down more and say, okay, what does that feel like? Because you may have all these things in your head, but it's when it gets to your heart, and many people, we got a lot of things in our head. It's like when it gets to our heart, that's when we move. And a perfect example is, hey, where I live, you get your driver's license renewal 2 months ahead of time, right? Now, back in the day, you had to go to a physical place to renew your license. Now it's all online, which it's more. But how many people do you think renew their license within the last 10 days when they had 2 months? Now, obviously, there could be economics, right? Mm-hmm. Could be a part of it. But why do we do it in the last 10 days? Because we don't want to be driving around getting caught.
Yeah.
Right.
You've done it a long time ago. Now, Brent, we got a fellow come up to us.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Hey.
Hi. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Kinte. Hi, Dr. Vibe.
What's up, man?
Right.
Yeah, you have a little echo, Ryan.
Oh, you getting an echo?
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's probably from
that's one of those things.
It's probably from the Facebook. He's getting echo.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when
that
he comes back in,
is very, very important. And again, once it gets emotional, a lot of times that's when things move. Like,
right?
Hey, perfect example. I could have had a media kit done a long time ago, but I've got engagements coming up now that if I don't have a media kit, it's gonna hinder bigger or more opportunities.
That part.
That's gonna not only going to hurt me financially, but it's going to hurt me in my heart saying, oh, how come people ain't calling for me or not looking out for me? That's the emotional part. That's the emotional part. So, you know, add some emotional to it. You know, the vision board is a great thing. I'll be honest, I don't do it myself because I got so many crazy, I got my stuff written on my wall. So I look at it every day, but the main thing on my wall right now is complete.
Mm-hmm. Complete. I know Dante's Dante's a big fan of the whiteboard.
Yeah, go ahead.
He does it with a whiteboard when he wants to visualize stuff. And actually, you know what? I actually bought me a whiteboard last year because I was trying to raise some money for something specific, and so I used a whiteboard to keep my focus on what I was trying to do and all of that, and it worked out very well. I got to my goal and all of that. So, that's another way to do it. Is through with a whiteboard.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That is important. I'll how can I put it? There's a lot of little examples I can use along the way. Like I'll give a real life example, and Dante, you're into film, so you'll be able to relate to this a little bit. Every September here in Toronto, we have the Toronto International Film Festival, one of the biggest film festivals in the world.
TIFF.
And here's a big thing: the head person is a black gentleman for the film festival.
Know that.
Yes, Cameron Bailey. And little side story: my dad and his father have known each other for 35 years, and there's a story behind that, but I'm going to leave it till next time. So one of the things I like to do is I put it on my agenda to complete 1 hour of research every week. And what I mean by research is I just go along the internet, take a look at what's going on in areas that are of specific interest to me. One of them is fatherhood. So last September, I just put in fatherhood in Google News, and all of a sudden, an article came up saying, "Oh, documentary film Dads premiered at the Toronto Film Festival." I go, "Wow, I would have liked to know about that." Now, here's a funny thing: the producer of it is Ron Howard's daughter.
Oh, Bryce.
Yes, and one of the people that are featured is Will Smith.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? I could just bypass it, but you know what? I'm going to complete it. At the bottom of the press release, there was the PR person's name and phone number. So most people would just say, "Hey, okay." I called her, and I said, "Hey, my name is so and so. Really sorry that I didn't know about the film." She goes, "Well, film festival, last minute." I said, "Hey, fully understand." And I asked her, "Hey, do you mind? I work in this space. Can I share some of the work I do with fathers? And if anything comes up, please give me a holler."
Yeah.
There's the branch of that, so I'm going to make this quick because he's the man. Hey, how's your son, by the way?
He's good. How's everyone doing?
All right.
Pretty good.
All
Pretty
We're
good.
good. Just listening to Dr. Vibe tell us his
Good.
story.
So just
Yeah.
just share it, and then we're gonna get Ryan's one. We're gonna get Ryan's one word after I finish. So he's got to get ready. So I said, just share it out. I just shared some information with her. I said, "Hey, you know what? I'll give you a call back in a few months." She says, "Yeah, if anything comes up, we'll get in touch with you." So middle of December, I get an email. "Hey, Dr. Vibe, how you doing? Would you be interested in doing a collaboration with a major men's healthcare brand?" I said, "No, I'm not interested." No, joking. I'm fully joking. And so I said, "Okay." So I'm in myself, the organization I'm representing in regards to this. We've had a number of conversations, and we're getting very close to having a collaboration with this major men's health plan. So you can, for me, it was going through the story, but completing the cycle. They informed me, but then I wanted to inform them about what I was doing. And every week I complete with reaching out just to see how things are going. Completion. So God willing, in the next few weeks, I'll be able to announce or share that information.
Wow. Congratulations.
Mr. Ryan.
That's dope, Dr. Vibe.
Congratulations. Yes. Man.
No, you know what? It's got to a certain point, but I'll certainly share the story when it comes full circle. And I said another thing I'm working on. Actually, I'll give a little hint. Another thing, Ryan, I'm going to be somewhat close to you the first week of February. I'm not going to go any further till everything's completed, but I'm going to be somewhat close to you. Physically,
Ooh.
Somewhat. Okay.
Somewhat. Okay.
Ryan, what's your one word for 2020?
Positivity.
Okay.
Positivity.
Positivity with what? And how?
With with social media, I kicked off a 365-day challenge for myself to post only positive content. So that means nothing political, nothing religious, spiritual, unless it's broad. But I only post stuff that I know that everyone can agree on. So anything like people being talented, doing talented things. I don't have any discussions, no political conversations, nothing on my Facebook or my personal on Instagram. And it's so funny. I got 600 followers just by being positive. So it was just something that yeah.
Go figure. You mean there's room in this world for positivity? Come on now.
For sure. I know it doesn't sound much, but it
No. You know what? It's a good thing, and I like it. Positivity through action. So you said positivity, which is a adverb, I believe. When I went to school, they called it an adverb because there's the ly at the end. But you are doing it. You got a specific action on how you're doing it, and I'm sure you have a process every day on how to get that content out every day, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's actionable. So every time I post, I put the day. So today is the 18th, it's the 19th day. So, so we're just counting off the days, and it's just a visual reminder for me that, and I just thought it was going to be for social media, but it kind of transformed every other part of my life too, because you can't blame anybody for your problems. Because I'm pretty good at blaming people for my problems, and it's also stealthy. It's just a way of protecting yourself. When you're being positive, you're not revealing what your inner thoughts are. You're not really putting yourself in a compromising position, and that's kind of what I learned. Is for me, not that I didn't know these things. It's just I didn't realize how effective it was in a lot of aspects of your life, right? So, I think that it may be small to some, but it has had a lot of impact on a lot of other people too.
Well, Ryan, I love what you shared, because before you came on, a number of the things that you shared, you're doing positive via action. You have a process in place, and it's bigger than you. Right? It's bigger than you. It's having a positive residual effect on other people. It's helping you, but it's also helping others, and you're documenting it, and you're keeping yourself accountable. Like, I'm going to do it every day, and it just becomes a natural rhythm for you to do it. And now it's like having a positive influence on others that some people I'm sure some of you don't even know.
Yeah, straight up. It was crazy. Like, even one of my stories. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to. There's a leg.
No, go ahead. No, the mic's open.
Oh.
You got it, brother. Make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, one of the stories that I had, even I was talking about it, and so many people tuned in from all over the place just to listen, and I'm like, wow, having such a platform that I have, for the little platform that I have. I mean, it's not where I wanted to be, but it's a platform, and when you choose your platform and you choose the right message, that impact shakes people. It changes people. Then I saw all my friends starting to tag their post day 18 and day 19 and la 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 la. I'm like, wow, didn't know that little old me would, be able to influence people just by changing just a tiny, just being more conscientious of what it is, what message that I'm trying to put out there. Because I don't have to agree. Like, the thing, Dr. Vibe, is I don't have to agree with everything that I see and read, but it also caused me to sit back and be like, okay, how do I really feel about this topic? And maybe I should do a little bit more research before I react to a headline. You know what I mean? Like, little things like that. You see people, because I'm posting positivity, but everyone around me is posting negative stuff, and it's offensive jokes. They'll throw out a headline, and then you just see how Facebook and social media really manipulates your response with certain headlines that get posted.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
I
anyway.
like Ryan. I love what you're sharing, and what you're doing is you've got a process. It's actionable, and you are. You know what? I'm looking for something. The speed of the group is determined by the speed of the leader. So you're leading people to positivity. You're leading them to think about positivity or comment on positivity, where they may not. So it's a fantastic thing that one word, and you've attached it to something, and you're driving that ship. You're driving that ship, and that's phenomenal. That is absolutely that is fantastic stuff. That is really, really good stuff. Anyone else wanting to jump in?
Positivity.
I like the positivity through action. The positivity, because doing that is good.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be less douchier in 2020.
Oh, yay!
I promise
Actually,
that
you know
guys.
what? And you know what? One of the things I'm aiming to achieve is complete, and hear me out on this, complete relationships. And what I mean by that, there's a number of people that I haven't spoken with for a long time, and I've got to complete the relationship by reaching back out to them, because it's like when you're not in communication, it's open-ended. It's not complete. And I'm going to give two really powerful examples that happened. Unfortunately, there are two unfortunate incidents, but one was a gentleman reached out to me about 4 or 5 months ago. He said, "I want to get on your show, Dr. Vibe," and just wrote this book, Conversations with White People, Stories About Race and Racism. Man lives in Toronto, just him and I, and I thought, okay, to complete this relationship, he has to come on the show. Because it just wasn't, I wanted him to come on the show. So he came on the show. It was the first media interview that he ever did. And he was jacked about it. Let alone 2 weeks after that, he was traveling on the subway system and suffered a massive heart attack and passed away.
Oh my.
Wow.
At 51 years old. So I'm just encouraging people out there that there's probably some open-ended relationships you have out there. Complete them by reaching back out.
Yeah.
Complete.
No, that's correct.
And there's another gentleman. Kinte may not remember this, but there's a gentleman named, I gotta look him up right now, named Jay Cookingham. He is a pastor, and he's been back in the other platform days. Mm-hmm. He's a pastor now.
Oh wow!
And through communication, I don't know if you remember Jay, white gentleman with a beard.
I probably have to look at him, see him.
His wife. Yeah, his wife passed away from cancer 4 weeks ago.
Wow.
Now,
oh no,
I could have just through Twitter said, my condolences, this and that. No, I wanted to be complete, and I called him yesterday. We spent an hour on the phone. So,
yeah, you got to do it.
When you have the opportunity, there's a gentleman online named Claude Diamond. He's taught me a number of things. One of the things he taught me is give good phone. Give good phone. So please make your relations complete by reaching out to people that you care about. Please have complete relationships. You don't want to have relationships that when the person leaves you, you go, I wish I would have said this. I wish I would have said that to them.
Yeah.
One of the most powerful conversations I had last year on the Dr. Vibe show, the gentleman named Robert Leung, he talks about a living eulogy. And he blew my mind when he introduced it to me. And he said, and he's right. Too many times we want to say great things about people who are close to us, and we don't say till they're gone. Can you be complete with them and say it while they're on the earth, please? And that's one of the things I'm doing this year. I'm looking at a list of people and I say, you know what? I'm going to call them. I want to feel complete in my relationship with them and share with them how much I care about them.
Anthony Davis just
all right, that was,
Anthony Davis just popped on.
go ahead.
Hey, what's up? Hey, here's my dog. So, yeah. But no, I just want to hop in and just kind of add on what Dr.
Hey,
Bob's
Anthony, how you
saying.
doing?
Hey, Dr. Bob, how are you? You word
I'm outstanding, thank you. How are
Brand.
you?
Where did
Happy
Oh, there he
2020
is.
to you.
There he is. Anyway, I just want to kind of add a little bit of what Dr. Bob was saying about completing relationships and adding on to relationships. I've always been able to do that. I always do that in every relationship that I have, online or offline. But something recently just happened that kind of confirmed what Dr. Vibe was saying. Is there is a person that I met about 2 years ago through a circle of friends that I hang out with online. I help out a lot of people who are web series creators and creative people online. And this young girl that I know, she is kind of a upcoming celebrity. But I don't want to brag about that. But anyway, the story is, I got to know her about 2 years ago. I helped her out get on some web series on a talk show that I watch and support, and also another show that I support, a podcast. I've been good friends, good acquaintances with this young lady for about 2 years ago. And a few days ago, she brought up to me, she said, Anthony, I just want to let you know that of all the people I deal with, and she deals with a lot of people, both up and coming celebrities and in the limelight and stuff. She said, of all the people that I deal with, you are the only one that sincerely speaks to me. I was like, well, Bonnie, what are you talking about? And she said, of the 2 years I have known you, you have talked to me like an everyday, normal person. Most of the time, when I interact with people, it's because they want something, they need something, they want me to be in a show, they want me to perform somewhere. Said, of all the people I've ever dealt with, you have been the most sincere and most just nicest person I've ever dealt with in my life. And I said, well, I'm just being me.
There you go.
But, I really impressed that person. There's been other, situations where I tell people that I get to know through my interactions online. It's like, look, if you need to talk, here's my phone number. If you need to text me, here's my phone number. Call, text me, whatever. And a lot of people have noticed that I do that, but they don't say it. But that was the first time somebody had said, hey, you know what? That's been the most sincere thing that you have done. So I was just kind of happy. I was just like, well, I appreciate it. And she also let me know, she said, other people that I know that know you, they know it too. They see your sincerity. They see how just non-fake you are.
I like this message. Maya Fugs, like my granny says, quote, "Don't give me my flowers when I'm gone. Let me enjoy them while I'm still living." Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well put. Tony, thank you for that message. Thank you for that message, big time. I really want to urge people to, completion. That's just my word, but just especially when it comes to relationships, because I can only speak for myself. I ain't getting any younger, and people I went to high school with are now leaving me.
Right.
So, you just want to reach out, and it's the world's, even if it's a voice message, preferably you can see them in person, not whether it's just calling them or whatever. Just say, how you doing? How's your world? How's your world? It's just very, very important. Another quick story. I had a friend who I knew many, many years ago, and we lost touch with each other. Pardon me. And then about 3 or 4 years ago, we connected back again. We were having good conversations, friendship thing, and then all of a sudden, she started saying some stuff. I just said, "Whoa!" Like, don't know where that's coming from. And I said, "Wow!" Like, I didn't say anything wrong, but she just went off that person just went off on a different track. I said, "Okay, no problem," and it was bothering me. And the other day, I actually called this person, left them a voicemail message, and said, "You know what? I don't know where the disconnect happened, but if I did anything wrong, I apologize, and I respect you as a human being. And even if you don't chat with me again, I will always respect you." And I'm going to be totally transparent. My voice was quivering with this. It was quivering. It was very emotional because I've known this person for a long time.
Wow.
And just that relationship just went poof. And it was just in myself, I feel complete now that I said that. I said that. And the worst thing that person can do is they'll hear that message and know that I'm sincere, and they can delete it if they want, but they can't say that I wanted to complete anything on friendship. If the relationship never happens again, I've completed it, at least on my end, what I can control on being that way.
Wow. Yeah.
So that's why I said the completion. That's one of the ways I'm doing completion now. I'm just taking a look at things and saying, okay, is there anything open-ended right now? How can I complete it for this moment to where it's going to be? Kinte, you're thinking. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm just saying. I was going to show what Bobby wrote.
The best feeling is when someone adores you back. Absolutely, but you know what? You can't count on that.
That's right.
Right? Because at
right.
the end of the day, the only person you can control is yourself.
Yeah.
Right? So you're either going to be your best friend or your worst enemy.
Well,
so for me, that's why I'm going to look and say, what am I completing? That's where I'm coming from. But I hear you, Bobby. When that happens, it's goal, but you can't live on that. It's not always going to happen.
Well, I'm gonna say this: I adore all of you guys, every single one of you, Shannon included. I adore all you people.
Look at that look. Look at that look.
No, Shannon too. I don't want her to feel like she's left out. Shannon, I adore you. Ryan, I adore you. Bobby, I adore you. Anthony, I adore you. Dr. Vibe, I adore you, man. And I don't even feel. It's like she dropped out.
Yes, I told you. I was wondering what was going to happen with that look, because that look wasn't just going to go, and that was it.
Oh,
it was something
she know
that.
I adore her.
She dropped the needle.
She know I adore her. I'm a.
I know she does.
Needle, man.
I look up to Shannon.
She knowledge bombed you, buddy. She knowledge bombed you.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Ryan,
I know
Interesting.
all three. Well, all four of you, because I'm including Shannon in this. I know all four of you adore me in your own way.
Mhm.
And there's been several times where, I haven't been active on this platform as much as I used to be for certain reasons I don't want to go into, and I don't need to go into them at all because that's water over the bridge. But there have been certain times where I know Kinte, one time, this one individual that, I said, hey, I need to speak to you privately about this situation. And we talked for, good 45 minutes about a situation. Same with Ryan, about the same situation. Dr. Vibe, I know there's been several times, both on your show, pre-shows, private chats. You have said, hey, are you doing good? Are you doing well? Are you doing fine? Even in a chat, you doing, always expected you doing good, and
I just want to know you're good. That to me is a completion thing because I want to know, and this is just me. Oh, Kinte says Kinte gonna nap now, so she says she's going to nap.
Right.
That
well, even Shannon
that's
in
just
her
a
own way
completion
has
piece that I want to make sure that you're okay. That's just a form of completion for me. That you're okay.
Even Shannon in her own way has sincerely shown me that she cares about me, that she respects me and honors me and speaks up for me and in hangouts and things like that. So, it does mean a lot to me. Bobby's done it too. Bobby's done it quite a bit. Bobby, gosh, you've stood up for me more than probably you needed to. But it means a lot, especially when you have situations where you have dealt with depression, you've dealt with rejection, you've dealt with insincerity and insecurity. It's just kind of a what's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of not a Band-Aid, but Dr. Vibe, help me out. What am I trying to say? It's kind of a fix. That's probably the best way I can say it. It's probably a fix.
No, I think that. Well, I'll just maybe this is what you're trying to say, that you asked for help when you didn't think you could get any.
Right. Rejection. You mentioned about you've dealt with rejection, and look, I think we've all dealt with rejection, right? Maybe not Ryan, but us mortal humans.
Yeah, 600 people. Everyone loves Ryan. 600 people,
Right. So, but no rejection. I just wanted you to know, man. I've faced the rejection. I've faced the St. Valentine's Day massacre type rejection. Where the Tommy gun just sprays you up against the wall. So, it is. No one likes it, right? I mean, who likes being rejected, right? At times I've laughed about it because it was so comical. I mean, it was one of those laugh to keep from crying type thing, But one thing is, though, you have your community, right? You have people that care for you, that love you, that think you're amazing. And even though with the rejection, just remember that there are people that really dig you, man. And, and you can't, everybody ain't going to like you. Believe it or not, there's people that don't like me. I know it's so hard to believe. But those people do exist. And what's up, Sybil, in the chat? But you know what?
Hey, Sybil, how you doing?
But you know what, man? They may have a good reason not like me. Maybe I gave them a good reason. So, You know, it is what it is. But
Hey,
I mean,
when I was in science class, they said something that I always remember: motion causes friction.
Mm.
Right?
Right.
Motion causes friction. So not every not every move you make, not every step you take is going to be worry carefree.
Right.
So as long as you know that in your mindset, it's an easier hill to climb. So that's why, again, having the things like a one word, having focus, having a purpose, and not letting anyone shake your tree to achieve your one word is so critical. Bringing it back to where we started at the beginning of our journey, that's why I think it's so key to in the men's work world, they call it, do you have a code?
Right.
What is your code?
Code. Yeah.
Right. What like completion is your code. Self-care is your code. That means that's that one thing that you are focused on achieving that not only makes you better, but also will make others better. As I've just pounded my desk here, getting intense. Yeah, that's very, very key, and we really need to focus on that. We really, really need to focus that, because when I ask people what's going on, they say, "Oh, my mind's always." Well, if your mind's a mess, or let me put it, if your life's a mess, a lot of times it's because your mind's a mess.
Very well said. Very well said.
So that's why I want to have people focus on their energies, focus on their one word. As I said, if you want to reach out to me, I'm more than happy to help out with the process and walk out, because I do that also with the coaching stuff I do. And believe me, I'm blessed to help, mentor, coach, whatever you want to call it, people from all different backgrounds. And in the next few weeks, I'll be blessed to go into I'm going to have the opportunity to help a community that I've never met before. A total new culture and community that I've never engaged with before. And I am so excited, because it's going to complete my journey of completing relationships. So we've got less than a minute left. I'm just going to say, first of all, thank you to Kinte for doing this again. I want to say before that, I'd say thank you, Kinte, for being Kinte, first and foremost.
Thank you.
For being Kinte. We've known each other for a number of years now, and we're I guess there's some core group of people that we've been around for a bit, and we watch each other's back, and I know that Kinte is always watching each other, and he's also being a positive force. So in a good way, he stretches me too.
Thank you.
So I respect that. Thank you for the 24 hours. Thank you for all the programming, the wonderful people you bring to your platform, and all the people that you have, you will, and also right now you're having positive impact on. Thank you to Shannon, as always. Kinte, don't lose Shannon. And if you do, I'm going to say your head's a mess. Right? So thank you. And all the Kinte posse. I'm not going to list any names, because if I leave someone out, they're going to cuss me out. So I'm just going to leave it at that.
I love it, the Kinte posse. And thank you, Ryan, for hopping on, man.
Yeah.
You know what,
thank
Ryan?
You to all the other people.
I want to say something about Ryan real quick.
Yeah.
I love that idea of pushing the positivity, because you know what? I mean, there's so much negativity out there. It's so much negativity. You know, it'd be good to be a part of something that's not that is pushing something totally different. And you know what? I don't know if I'm going to be 100% positive this whole time, but I'll be over 50%. So, you know, I'll be over 50%, Ryan. So I'm climbing there, man. I'm climbing there. So you're going to be my positivity accountability partner.
Just like that vegan diet.
We'll level you up. Now, I know you've got you got to get the next person loaded up into. So do I just click out and leave studio?
Yeah. You're going to be my positivity accountability partner, Ryan. So
there you go. All right.
No, thank you. I have 600 followers, so
when you're blessed and highly favored, you're a magnet for miracles. You're a solution for someone's problem. Live your life as a dream. If you can dream and you can make it. If you can dream and you can make it. Block assumptions. I forgot. I forgot one of the things, but whatever. And I would say,
smaller to
aim
get bigger.
aim better. Pardon me?
You got to get smaller to get bigger.
Yes, thank you. So yes, sometimes you have to get smaller to get bigger. And then I forgot the other one. That's when you have a good community, when they remind you when you forget. Block assumptions, then aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider. God bless, peace to all, keep the faith, have an outstanding and blessed 2020, and don't be afraid to reach out to me if you don't know how. Touch base with Kinte, and he'll give my contact information. I'm getting out because he's got more people coming on. Bye-bye.
All right. Peace.